So I was watching this keynote from Google and I noticed this really cool effect that they used in a presentation. So here you see the speaker on stage, but he's talking about a certain topic. As soon as he talks about the next topic, you can see it expands and the other one sort of contract like an accordion effect. And this goes on and he just continues talking about the topic until he speaks about the next part, and then he just expands and contracts again. And I thought this would be really cool to create in PowerPoint, so I created my own version with the 4 Ps. And that is why in today's video we're going to look at how we can create these 4 panels, and as soon as we click, we reveal one of the panels and it appears the people part. We click again and we get the planet part. We click through it, we get profit, and as a 4th panel we can get the purpose. Now this is a really cool way to navigate through your presentations. You can always go through it in a non-linear way and skip to any specific part that you like. So that is a way where you can just present in a very cool dynamic way. And that is exactly why I made my bundled transitions and animations for professionals, to really amplify your message. And it's really important that we stand out and the delivery really amplifies what you're bringing. So if you're interested in learning about that, you can find all of the information in the description below. Let's have a look at how we make this in PowerPoint. All right, so we're starting from a blank slide, so we have nothing on it, and we can just start from a clean sheet. I'm going to drag in 4 images. So it can be any type of image that you want. They're using like some technical content. I'm going to use more visual content, but you can see that it works for both of them. Okay, so what we have is we have 4 images. So I'm going to do this with the people, planet, and profit and purpose. So like a 4-part program. You can see that we have different images on a slide. And this is something that a lot of people struggle with. They put images on a slide and it sort of scatters. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make sure that all of the images are nicely aligned with the slides. So first thing, hold the Control key and scroll backwards. And I'm going to just crop the images so that they are nicely in a 16:9 ratio. So that is one. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to drag the other one in, increase it while holding the Shift key, and then you crop it and just adjust the crop marks and increase the image. Just make sure everything stays centered. So this way I can just have all of the images nicely in the same order. I think this is always easier to work with. That gives you like a clean setup. If you ever want to adjust the images, you don't have to distort anything. So if I work with images, this is usually the way I work. But of course, it's nice if you also have these 16:9 ratio images. Select all of them and just hold Control Shift and make them smaller, and then just put them on the screen. Now we're going to work with a little bit of a layer order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that the same. So I'm going to send this to back, send to back, and then I'm going to repeat that for the others. So that we have a nice stack where this one's in front, second, third, and fourth. So this keeps it easy for us, and layer order is important later on with the animations. Okay, next we're going to crop the images. So I'm going to put them to the side, and I'm going to sort of crop them in 1/4 of the slide. So I'm going to put this one here, select the other images while holding Shift, and then increase the image until it sort of meets, yeah, let's say like a small part, and it leaves like a 20% open on the top side. That's where we're going to put our text, and we can sort of adjust the accordion of the images below. Now what I'm going to do is select an image, crop to shape, and then we're going to choose this rounded rectangle here. I can adjust that box until it's like a very small curvature. I'm going to press Ctrl-Shift-C, hold Shift while selecting the others, and then Ctrl-Shift-V. And this way you can see that all of the images now have that sort of a radius, and that is what we want. We also have the images all on the same height and width. That is pretty neat. Now I'm going to right-click and crop, and adjust the crop marks so we have about 1/4 of the image in place. You can always recenter it, but in this case we want to focus on this person here. Then we bring in the second picture, so the one from the planet. I'm going to put it next to this one, and also here crop and adjust the crop mark until you see it sort of snap, and it gives that equal spacing guide. If you don't have that, you can always right click on the canvas, go to grids and guides, and then put in smart guides or click on smart guides. This way you see that everything is equally distant. I'm going to crop again and center this more in the middle so we have that center of the picture. And I'm going to repeat it. So the profit part, I'm going to crop that. And then the last one, I'm going to crop this one as well until we have the perfect distances. Now we just put it to the side, select all four, picture format, align, and distribute horizontally. This way we have some space in between. If you want to have more space in between, you can always just crop them a little bit more and sort of create some more space in between. If you keep those guides on, that is always the best. Then you have like an equal distance between each other. So I'm going to select them all again, arrange, align, and distribute horizontally. And this way they're all nicely centered. Now, of course, make sure that you have the cropped areas or the important areas in the middle here, just like this. And that's going to be the start of our presentation. Now we right click Format Background, and on the right side, we're going to give this a solid fill, and it's going to be a very dark gray in this case. Now let's add a text box on the slide, and here on top, we're going to drag it. We're going to make it white. Let's take the font Poppins and increase it to around 50 something. And then we type in R for piece. That's going to be the opening of our slide. You can always make this bold if you want, or choose any of the subfonts that you have. Now we're going to press Ctrl D on the slide to duplicate it. And what we're doing now is we're going to crop this part on the right and make it smaller. Center that part in the middle, and we're going to repeat that. So we're going to make this one smaller until we see that smart guide appear. So that is pretty convenient. And then we're just going to position that next to the other one. Just keep like the equal spacings. That is the only thing you have to keep in mind. And we repeat that for the other one here. We're going to crop until we have those markers centered in the middle. And then for this one here, we're going to extend that, match the rest. So that is the first part. The next is going to go a lot smoother. So we're going to duplicate it again, and we're going to press crop again. And then we just adjust the first one until here. Adjust that person if needed. And now we can just expand the first one, which is pretty good, or the second one. Readjust the picture. And there we have our second one ready. We just repeat that for the others. So we're going to crop until we meet that selection. Don't forget to put it in the middle. You don't have to do it, but I think it looks nice if we always have that center focus in place. So like this. And then we do that once more, where we just adjust it, center, and then we're going to put this one here on the final screen. Now we're going to change the text. So we have the first P, which is people. Then we have the second one, which is planet. Then we have number 3, which is profit. And then we have number 5, which is purpose. Now, if we select all of the slides here on the right side, so just select the bottom one, hold Shift and select the first one. So we have all of them selected. We go to transitions and we apply morph. And now we're going to select it and go to preview mode. And this is where we get the nice overview of our third piece. But as soon as we click, we expand the first tab and people appears. And then we click again and we just adjust it to planet. We click once more, we go to profit. And then we click a final time and we get the purpose. Now you can always go back and forth, that doesn't really matter. And the cool thing is you can always add that sort of interlinking in between slides. So if you want to navigate in a non-linear way, that is also something which is possible. You just have to go to any of the slides. So let's say this one here, we're going to insert, we go to link, and we link in this document. And we go to slide number, which is in our case 4. So we do that 4. And then we will go automatically to that one. You can repeat it for the other ones. So if I do it like this, you can see as soon as I hover over it, I can click it and it will expand. So that is pretty neat. And you can just repeat that for the other images. You can always add like a little home button, like an icon with home, and then you can always go to the home tab if you want. So I think this really shows us that you can do a lot with animations and transitions in PowerPoint, and you don't have to be afraid to use them in a professional setting. And if you want to learn how to use those transitions and animations in a professional setting, I've made an entire bundle program where you can find all of the information and you can really amplify and stand out from the crowd. And this becomes more important in the age of AI. So we really want to stand out with our message and we want to amplify it while presenting. So if you're up for that, you can find all of the information in the description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.